My mission today is to buy a digital camera. I've been told they're an essential part of a ghost hunter's kit. Apparently they're the best kind of camera for capturing images of orbs. I'm curious to know why, and I hope to find out. But for now, it's time to go shopping. Hi, Dad.
How can I help you?
I just wonder if you could help me with digital cameras. Got a slightly odd request. My purpose is I'm supposed to take photos of ghosts. Is it a high resolution? That sounds like something I should be asking for. Has it got a flash or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can shoot in the dark and then I can brighten up the image. That sounds perfect.
No problem.
And so, with the cutting edge of digital photography in my hand, I went off looking for a haunting to investigate. Okay, so I went out and got my digital camera, and I then got very chicken about asking anyone if I could photograph anywhere. So I went down into my garden, so I thought, well, that's not too far to go. And I went down there and took some photos down there, and it's just like an orb fest. I don't know what that's all about. It's just orbs ahoy down in my garden. When that one with the loads of orbs came up, I did just go, holy moly, look at that. I'd like to rule out all logical explanations first. And then, you know, I'll be open to other suggestions, really. Even if there's no logical explanation, I don't understand how we can suddenly leap to the conclusion that they are definitely something to do with spirits. Why is it not fairies, or, you know, if you happen to believe in fairies, or UFO little offshoot ships, or... But I first want to know if it's, you know, something to do with the camera, obviously, before I start considering other things. I went to see Metro Colour, one of the biggest commercial processors in London, to meet photographic expert Derek Francis. So, Derek is a photographic expert. What's your opinion on orbs? Because I'm really confused by this whole thing.
Right. I personally am very open-minded about it. I feel
Really?
that probably, yeah. I feel that there's obviously something there, which the digital medium is picking up.
I know, I've heard the explanation that it's dust, that it's moisture. I mean, what's frustrating is there doesn't seem to be one good, rational explanation for all of them.
Right. Well, the only thing really from a technical perspective is that if people have been obviously taking pictures for years on conventional film, as they have, and nothing like this has appeared so far. Now, it's only logical to say that if you have a new media, digital media, then it may be sensitive to a different type of spectra, electromagnetic energy, what have you, that conventional film just hasn't been. When seeing a lot of pictures of orbs before, from a technical perspective, it doesn't seem to be flare or any optical problems.
So that would appear in a different way, would it?
It would appear in a different way in its position within the frame.
I mean, I
itself.
suppose what I thought was interesting as well is that you can take a photo and then there is one in one shot, and then immediately afterwards there isn't one.
Yes.
Which does that suggest there's not something on the lens, or?
If something appears, disappears, then it means that it's not necessarily controlled by the equipment.
Brook Castle in Sussex was the childhood home of my psychic mentor, Angela Donovan. She grew up here with her twin sister and mother as permanent guests of the owners. All the time she lived here, her whole family was plagued by weird and terrifying supernatural experiences she believes were caused by the ghost of a man who lived here over 400 years ago. Angela's agreed to return to the house for the first time since she was 18 to lay these ghosts to rest.
We didn't sleep in here for very long because it got a bit nasty. And I would be feeling that he was watching me. To know he was standing behind me, I could hear him breathing. I heard drawers and cupboards moving and sounds above me. And then I heard the sounds of his walk. And he walked along the corridor and he came down the warped staircase to the corridor that's on this level. And then he walked the corridor. And he walked purposefully, and I knew he was coming to get me. And I got down on my knees and I asked for the highest to come in and save me. There was a silence that was like death. I heard the engine of the car. My mother and sister were coming back up the driveway. And then I was aware that I could hear the birds again. This room is a room he came in every night, and comes in, I'm sure, every night. And he sits about here. But it makes me nervous thinking about all that I went through here.
It's 8:30 and the Ghost Watch is about to start. I've invited Kieran to join Angela and I on the night-long vigil. Kieran has taken part in some of the highest profile ghost hunts ever conducted in Britain, including Edinburgh Castle and Hampton Court.
We'll test the temperature gauge out here to see if it's warmer out here.
Kieran and I knew no details about the disturbing hauntings here. Angela encouraged me to use my intuition to try and sense a ghostly presence, while Kieran had a more scientific approach. So Kieran, based on your previous experiences spending the night in haunted locations, what are your expectations for tonight?
I'm very excited about being here. I don't exactly know the details of the hauntings or the reports or anything, but I gather it's a very haunted location.
And we've got all our equipment, haven't we, Kieran?
Yeah, we've got various things. We've got this laser pointer thermometer, which is going to be able to pick up temperature differences quite accurately. We've also got this triaxial ELF MG meter, which is essentially picking up magnetic fields. For two things: natural explanation, are there any high magnetic fields present which may account for some people's reports or some people's accounts, but also to some extent, is there any fluctuation?
So it's the fluctuations that would be anomalous there.
If there's a lot of fluctuation, you could put that down to a theory of a ghostly presence. Also, there's going to be a lot of cameras around. There's going to be a DV camera and there's going to be quite a few other cameras.
And we've got our little digitals.
We've got our little digitals and various other cameras as well, so hoping to pick up some sort of photographic or film evidence as well.
What now? Yeah. Come on then. And with that, off we went. Kieran was armed to the teeth with the latest spook technology, and all I had was my little digital camera and a profound sense of psychic self-doubt. Our task was to try and work out which of the castle's 30 rooms were haunted.
We didn't sleep in here for very long because it got a bit nasty.
Feels strange. Yeah, wouldn't want to sleep in here.
And he sits about here.
It was really hard to single anything particular out. I mean, the whole place has got an atmosphere, without a doubt. I mean, I can't imagine if I was here that I'd ever feel like I was on my own. If I lived here, I don't think I'd ever feel the house was mine. Going by the guidelines you gave me before, it's difficult because I definitely did feel more a masculine sense than feminine, but I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to single out one particular room because all the rooms have got a funny atmosphere. The first one, as you go down the stairs, that definitely had a strong atmosphere, but it was really hard to tell if it was stronger than the others. If I had to plump for one, I would say that one.
That would be room 100.
It had an oppressive atmosphere, and I don't know, there's a kind of feeling of being being watched, sort of.
Piece of cake.
Yeah.
No, I like.
When I went into that one, there was a sense of like someone looking, but almost in a not particularly, I don't know, in a slightly uncomfortable way.
My sister and I used to be watched and stared at
Really?
in that room.
Oh, that's funny, Angela. It's funny that.
And it was very oppressive. I don't know if there's a better word. Now I'm dying to find that.
Yeah. Did you get
What you picked up?
Throughout the floor, there's an average temperature of about, well, it varies from, say, 13 degrees centigrade up to 16, 17. The only thing is, in room 100,
Yeah.
Da-da,
ta-da,
da-da.
the ELF reading was the same, right? It was 0.5,
Yeah.
0.6. When we first went in there and put on the laser thermometer thing, it went, how can I put it in technical terms, wacko. It just went crazy. When you walk into the room, yes, it's colder, but when the meter finally did settle down, it showed a reading of minus 18 degrees centigrade. Came out again, controlled the meter, made sure it was correct in the corridor, it was reading 13, 14,
Right.
and then went back in and the temperature reading was about 11 degrees, 12 degrees centigrade.
And that's about normal.
Kind of what expected. It was just unusual that out of all of the places where something different happened, it was room 100.
So, as I say, we're just breathing again just for relaxation, and what we're going to do is...
Angela had one last ploy to connect me with the ghost. Somehow, she was planning to take on its shape. Do what?
Anything you feel you're seeing, let me know.
Okay.
And I will let you know what I'm seeing. There will be a potential change in your face, and you're probably going to say that something's changed in my face. But it's going to be interesting to find out whether we can actually catch this on camera while we do it.
Go on. Yeah.
All right, so you've got to start breathing again and relaxing yourself. And it doesn't matter even if we laugh because of the humour in the mind at the time, whatever, because that's all positive energy.
So whatever happens is fine?
Absolutely fine. And obviously let me know if you're not happy.
Yeah, I will. Sorry.
Who did you see?
I don't know. Something funny happened.
Tell me who you saw.
I don't know. It just looked a bit peculiar.
You'll find that not only the face changes, that the clothes change, the body changes.
Okay, I'm really shaky. All right, if that happens again, I'll go with it. I'm fine, yeah. That's really weird. That's really...
Are you all right with it?
Yeah, I'm
fine. We don't have to take it this far. Tell me the face, describe the face.
I don't know, just older, you know. But it was almost like there was an image sort of superimposed over you.
That's right, that's how it works.
No, I just mean I don't want to fill in blanks using imagination rather than just from what I actually saw, because it was really a sense of a larger...
Person.
Yeah, person and more... clothes. And good heavens, it's happening again. So,
Still coming through. Just try and remember everything you see.
I'm trying.
It's very difficult to hold.
It's going to come in and go. It's really
Well, yes,
funny.
it can't stay because you're not happy with it. Well, we'll just try it a little bit. If you're happy,
Yeah.
anything you see,
Tell you.
yes, and breathe and trust it.
Oh, jeez, sorry. I just kind of really kind of high forehead and really quite a wide face, really pale, and like curly hair. Is this making any sense?
Yeah, carry on.
Okay.
Colour?
It looked kind of light, but there was a kind of, I don't know, almost like a reddish tinge, not bright red though. Jeez, sorry, I've got a problem with my contact lens now. That's all the non-blinking. Angela's, I don't know what to call it, her sort of face-changing staring exercise was a really interesting experience. It was like my image, the image of her in my eyes became cloudy, and it seemed like there were other images appearing almost sort of superimposed. I don't know what to make of it, because I don't know, I've never stared at someone in that way for that long under those circumstances. That's not to say that it's absolutely not a paranormal thing, but it's just to say that I don't really understand what it was, and I wouldn't like to kind of categorise it. Join me after the break as I face my final challenge and experience my spookiest ghost encounter yet.